Hello, everyone. This is the H&H Network. Today's subject is about what's comfortable to live or what's necessary to live comfortable in today's society. Most of you out there are in relationships, or if you're not in a relationship, you're holding down a job that probably pays you enough to where you can afford, I guess, a two-story house, perhaps, maybe two cars. You can fill your refrigerator up. Or if you're in a relationship, both you and your wife might have to work in order to sustain enough income to support the family or whatnot. So, my question to everyone out there is, what does it take to live a comfortable lifestyle? Does it take both people working? Can one person, just average person without a degree, just a normal individual, that person's income, can that be enough in today's society to fill up the refrigerator, pay the mortgage, pay health insurance, pay car insurance, pay for the cars, and support all the daily needs in order to have a comfortable lifestyle? So let's talk about, Mr. Fax. What would you say are the necessities of today? Is a house, a two-story house, would living in a duplex be good enough in today's society? Living in a one-bedroom apartment, driving a Toyota or driving a Mercedes Benz or Bentley. What do you feel is the majority of people's perspective of what's considered to be comfortable?
Well, I would have to say that just in general today that we have a thing that my great grandma used to say, our eyes are a lot bigger than our stomachs.
Right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
We always taking on more than we can chew.
True.
And we want more than we can actually afford in this life, right?
Yes, true.
So what does it take
But
to survive?
would you say the majority of us want more than what we can chew?
Absolutely. Absolutely. In general, people in America, in the West, right? We want more than we can actually afford. That's how come we get in so much debt. That's how come our credit ratings fall so bad, because we're not able to keep up payments and things like that. So we don't make good financial decisions in general. And it's for a plethora of reasons. But when you say what's comfortable, what do we need? We only need enough room, to sleep.
Okay.
We only need enough food to live. And we only need enough car to get us to where we need to make our necessities. You know what I mean?
All right. So let's break that down. So everyone needs food, everyone needs a house, and everyone needs transportation. Now, does these necessities, or obtaining these necessities, are they the necessities of an individual who has not made mistakes in life, or would you say these necessities can also include someone who may have had a child early, or may have not gone to school right after high school, not gone to college right after high school? So when you say a house, are you describing a one-bedroom apartment, or or two or
I
three
think you
bedroom
just said
house?
like kids and things like that. Once you get to throwing kids into the mix,
Right.
then it kind of changes.
It changes the dynamics of it,
because you add that extra mouth
Right.
and things like that.
Uh-huh.
And for the record, less than 25% of men actually have children.
Okay.
So most people don't have children.
Okay.
In general. So that's not really something in general people really have to worry about.
Okay.
But just having that as a part of the scenario, it really increases the necessity of income, because you have those extra responsibilities, right?
Right.
So if you talking about just yourself,
Okay.
early in life,
Yeah.
you should really be going through those processes where getting your basic education,
Okay.
moving on.
Okay.
I believe in trades.
Right.
Everybody should go and get a trade. Once you go and get a trade, become a skilled tradesman. Make the best of your situation, financially. gain financial literacy, start to understand how the currency works, stock market, invest in things like that, so that you can become somebody who can actually, have more later on in life. That delayed gratification is going to be key.
Right. So right after high school, let's say a young man or woman, your advice would be to go straight into college or trade school, correct?
Yeah, I think most people shouldn't go to college. I think college is not for most people.
Right.
That the majority of people should actually, be looking at trades,
Okay.
be looking at getting a skill, putting their name on a piece of paper that says, I can do this. I'm a bricklayer, I'm a concrete mason, I'm a plumber, I'm an electrician, I'm a baker, I'm a barber. All of those are great trades that you can make a really great income from. Whereas when you go to college, a lot of people don't know. Like, having a college degree, I can tell you, a college degree is only something that tells somebody that you can, focus on something for 4 years, turn in assignments in a reasonably close to the time that it was scheduled, and that you can do this consistently. That's all it really tells you, no matter what your degree is in. You know what I mean? Now, a degree, a bachelor's degree is just a foundation for graduate school for the most part. Just having a bachelor's degree is kind of like a high school diploma. It's really just saying that, hey, listen, I'm getting started.
Right. So even trade school. Okay. So if a person goes to trade school right after high school,
yeah,
trade school is what, maybe 1-2 years?
Trade school, 18 months, 12, 18 months.
Okay.
There are some trades like a bookkeeping you can do in like 6 months.
Right.
You can do bookkeeping like 6 months.
Okay, so you graduate high school at 18. So by the age of, let's say, 20, you have learned a trade. So if this trade is bricklaying,
bricklayers.
Okay, this person is on the right path. Now they have a trade. Now they need to go work for a construction company, correct?
Well, yeah. Well, I'm a bricklayer myself. I'm a member of the union. I believe in unions. But you should be looking at how to think entrepreneurially, right? No matter what you do, you should always think as an entrepreneur, right?
Okay.
But you should be looking at how to maximize the income that you make from the trade or skill that you have, right?
Right.
So, and the only way to maximize that is to leverage your own entrepreneurial abilities, right? Focusing on improving your skills to the point of being an expert, and then finding jobs that pay what you demand, to build up that income that you want.
Okay, absolutely. So, I mean, your focus would be, or your advice for people is, after high school, get a trade, then work on opening your own business to maximize your profit.
Yeah.
So in doing that, I mean, how long would you say it would take for a person to, I guess, start a company, and for that company to get on its feet and actually be profitable to where they would be making, I guess, a reasonable amount of money in today's society?
Well, the key to profitability is to minimize expenses.
Right. Okay.
That's the key to profitability. So most people, when they do get to the point, and you can start a business right now, you go online and go to 100 different websites and start a business, whether it's a sole proprietorship, LLC, S Corp, or something like that, just with a couple $100. But the thing is, beginning with the end in mind. So if you want to be a person that has a successful business, you got to do what people with successful businesses do. You go to the people with the resources, SBA, SCORE program, things like that, and understanding and connecting with people who have been successful and getting you a mentor, and focusing on saving, focusing on not spending, focusing on working hard, focusing on improving skills, focusing on just being the best that you can be, and being the best business person you can be, and realizing that your striving is not for today, but it's for the future.
Right. Absolutely.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. So back to the original question, the lifestyle that the majority of us may want. You know, after high school, you went into trade school, you became a bricklayer at the age of 20, and you open your own business. How much would you say an entrepreneur that's a bricklayer would make in a year's time at the age of 25? How much would you say that person would make?
Bricklayer right now, you can come in making, $1,100 a week, $52,000 a year. Your expenses should be pretty low. I mean, especially, just getting into it, because you shouldn't be having much fun because you don't have much money.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't be overeating because you should be maintaining good physical health,
Mm-hmm.
So
that takes discipline though, doesn't it?
It definitely takes discipline. Being successful at anything takes discipline.
Right,
for sure.
right, absolutely.
Yep.
Okay, so with that $50,000, I mean that would be what, maybe a 3-bedroom house?
You shouldn't be thinking about a house if you're only making $50,000.
So a person,
you should be thinking about finding a roommate,
right,
finding a small apartment,
okay,
finding somewhere where you can minimize your expenses,
right,
pay as little as possible out of pocket, find you a little car, that you can, save up
okay,
a couple 3 paychecks, buy you a car for cash, you know what I mean, get to and from work.
Mm-hmm.
And just, just save as much as possible.
Right. Okay, so what happens when through this process, most of us out here don't want to be alone. So, you're going to have some type of relationship with someone. You're going to have some type of either female or male friend. What happens, when that person doesn't want to wait in the long run to, I guess, wait for your business to fully mature? And I guess for you to be able to afford, I guess, a decent house for the two of them, or if that person wants a family sooner than later, I mean, what do you do? Just say, okay, let me put all my relationships on hold. Let me focus on my business and let me get that going. Or do you say, okay, I want to experience intimacy or some type of emotional connection with someone? What is your suggestion on what they should do in that situation? Should they leave the other person alone, or should they just focus on the business?
You talking about sex or relationships?
Relationships. Relationship comes with sex attached to it. So if you're 25, I'm sure you're having sex if you're in a relationship. So, I mean, should they leave the relationship on hold and just focus on the business, or should they have a relationship and try to delegate both? And sometimes when you delegate both, mistakes happen. So, I mean, what if you're out here trying to have a relationship and then you make a mistake? What should a person do? I mean, should we put the relationship on hold, or should we try to focus on the business?
You should not be trying to have relationships if you're not making enough money to take care of mistakes that might happen. You shouldn't be having relationships.
Mm-hmm.
It's one thing, go out and say, okay, I'm on how the old folks say, dip and dab. You know what I'm saying? You're going to dip and dab, but, you got to take precautions.
Right.
A lot of people go a little farther than they should. So,
right.
If you do mess around and let some woman talk you into having a relationship or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was you not following the plan, and you're going to suffer the consequences in the long run. So therefore, you just got to deal with what it is,
Right.
So if you're not ready to pay the cost, why would you make the bill?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, it's not always knowing, but you have to understand that, you got to face the consequences of the situation.
Right.
So definitely make a plan, and a part of that plan needs to be understanding that, relationships sometimes can flourish if you allow them to. They do not flourish out of the blue.
Right.
It don't happen like that.
Right.
You allow it to happen, or you make it happen. So
All right. Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Focus on the business. Get your trade. Focus on getting yourself a good foundation. Not saying don't have a relationship, but relationships do come with their risks. If you are in this relationship and so-called you make a mistake, or not necessarily have a mistake or make a mistake, but things begin to divert into a different path, it can offset the original plan of you becoming more financially stable, having that house, having that car, having that lifestyle that you want based on that one decision. But according to what we just heard, yeah, work the plan and let the plan work its way out as far as when you go through it and make sure everything is in order. So, any other comments you got?
I'm saying don't have no damn relationships. Take your ass to school. Go get you
And stay
a
focused,
damn
right?
trade. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the little pissy tail girls talk you into doing no dumb stuff. Focus on the future. Focus on the future.
Right.
And girls, remember that your value is only diminished by what goes in you and what comes out of you.
Absolutely.
So minimize that. You know what I mean? Focus on the future. Become the best person you can be.
All right. Let's hustle, not hope.
Hey, man, we all hustle, no hope.